Arrival of spring triggers winter carnivals throughout the northern hemisphere. Fairbanks is no exception to this phenomenon. As long, dark winter nights give way to sunny blue skies of early spring, an impressive display of ice art is created in Fairbanks. Through the heroic efforts of Ice Alaska, coordinating countless volunteers, the International Ice Sculpture Competition is held each spring. This competition is one of the most fascinating art events in the world. Fairbanksans, anxious to shed the sleepiness of winter, roll out the red carpet to help promote international friendships, where artistic achievement becomes a common bond.
Hi, my name is Barbara B. I'm from Sweden, the north part of Sweden, Kiruna.
And how long have you been carving?
About 7 years ice and 12 years snow. Yeah, I've been traveling around the world, north part of the world, China. Japan isn't that far north, but Russia.
In competitions?
Yes, in competitions. Mm-hmm.
My name is Patricia Le Guin. I'm the captain of the Canadian team for ice carving. I've been sculpting snow for 13 years. I just started carving ice a year ago. And I heard about the competition in Fairbanks 3 years ago when I was at the Olympic snow sculpture competition in Norway. There was a fellow from Fairbanks, and he was raving about the competition and said, "Patricia, you have to try it, you have to try it." And it took me 3 years, and finally I could make it this year, and I'm really, really glad I did. The ice is incredible. It's the best I've ever seen. I've worked with commercial ice last year, it's just small blocks, and this is just amazing. The color of the ice is unreal.
Fairbanks winters last from October to April, with average temperatures well below zero. These long Arctic nights and short days, coupled with relatively little snow accumulation, are the perfect recipe for the natural production of deep ice with unequaled clarity. The rare glacial blue color, its translucent qualities, and its massive size are gaining Fairbanks ice a worldwide reputation for its excellent carving characteristics. Recognizing the great opportunities Fairbanks offers as an international ice carving destination, Governor of Alaska Tony Knowles proclaimed Fairbanks as the ice capital of the world. This dream of ice is made possible by a small army of volunteers which gathers before dawn on a local pond, armed with 48-inch chainsaws, very large circular saws, extendable boom forklifts, and other specialized equipment. Working throughout the day and into the twilight, these crews are hardworking, dedicated, and ingenious.
This operation, cutting the ice, harvesting the ice, is time-tested. Over the years, we've developed this by including the University of Alaska saw in our operation. His saw travels down a rail, which gives us a very straight cut. It's self-propelled machine. He cuts all the longitudinal cuts. And then our handheld saws with a 48-inch bar cuts the traverse cuts. The men in the pike poles slide them on down toward the forklifts. The extend-boom forklifts can reach underwater, pick out the ice blocks very easily. As I said, these are about 3,000 pounds apiece, the ones that we're harvesting now. From here, we load them onto trucks, which are transported over to the ice park on Phillips Field Road. There they will be carved by many people from all over the world.
The darkness of winter gives way quickly to the advancement of spring, gaining 6 to 7 minutes of sunlight each day. These beautifully long spring days and brisk nights, lighted with colorful and majestic northern lights, inspire creativity and attract carvers from all over the world. Approximately 70 ice carvers, representing a wide range of countries, such as Russia, Mexico, France, Poland, Germany, Japan, Canada, Sweden, and of course the United States, participated in this year's event. The World Championship, 8 sleepless days of competition, was held in Fairbanks for the first time in 1996. Chefs that carve ice exclusively, as well as a wide range of artists who specialize in a variety of media, including painting, wood carving, bronze sculpting, and mask making, participate in the event.
I basically was self-taught. I worked for a while and watched the Garmager chefs carve ice, and then they started to let me carve ice, and I got to be where I would carve a block every day for the brunch or for the daily lunch. Yeah. And I just keep doing more.
At international ice carvers' expenses can amount to thousands of dollars. Specialized tools can be expensive, both monetarily and in the precious time it takes to make them. Ice carvers require chainsaws, scrapers, chisels, and electric grinders. Many carvers use Japanese and Chinese chisels, forged of high-quality steel blades with long handles. A couple of local artists make their own customized hand tools, giving them what they believe to be a better control in carving. However, most use standard wood carving chisels forged of hard steel and adapt them to ice carving by sharpening their edges and extending their handles. Using precise drawings and three-dimensional models, the artist finally carves the ice after months of careful planning. Most of the time, carvers start the rough outline of their sculpture with a power chainsaw, refining with hand tools for details, and finishing with smoothing devices such as a power sander, an iron, a torch, or the warmth of their hands. Gluing blocks together is done by smoothing and shaping into position. Surfaces must match accurately to avoid any visible seam. Small protruding pieces are at times carved separately and added to the main block by a gluing technique using water and snow. Parts, such as heads and hands, will be smooth and plain to match perfectly and freeze glued with a transparent seam. Normally, a design idea is picked and developed by the team captain, followed by team discussion and approval.
We've been carving here as a team for the last 3 years, I think. We missed a year in there, and we're working together pretty well. We start our designs mostly by sitting down at the Pizza Hut or Sourdough Sam's or something like that and talking about what it is that we want to get across to people, and someone comes up with an idea or a term, and we kind of go with it. And then we leave for a week, and then we meet together again, and we come back with sketches, and we consolidate our sketches, and we take the elements that we like that people have done and contributed, and we put them all together. So this carving is actually truly a group decision, and decisions are kind of fun because we kind of like laugh and we vote at the same time. You know, if you can get a majority to go with you, meeting the majority of the people who are here carving. If it's 3 people, you just need to get 2 people to agree with you, and then I get 2 votes just because I'm the captain. No. But it's fun. We're out here, we want to have a good time, and we want to do a successful piece.
I just have a little sketch that I'm going by. you could really try to plan out these blocks. You know, you could spend months planning out exactly what you're going to do when you come up here on these blocks, but seeing it from the last time I was up here, all the planning didn't help out much because we were improvising as we went along anyway. So this time I just basically had the rough sketch, the basic idea, and came in, and once I see it in front of me, I'll just wing it. And it seems to be working out all right so far.
Weather always plays a critical element in ice carving. Direct sun can damage the ice by causing opaque streaks of air to form inside. Quickly changing temperatures can cause deep cracking, which can break the piece or just damage the clarity. Harvested ice gets foggy in sub-zero temperatures of 15 below and loses transparency. At optimum temperature, the surface melts slightly to a crystal clear, smooth finish.
Some of the times you've got an effect from the sun, so we've tried to put up some barriers up against the wall on the trees just to block the sun. When you're ice sculpting, sun can be really hazardous as the temperature goes up. It can blister your ice, turn it milky white, and ruin a really beautiful piece.
Ice, in its natural state, is a temporary material, totally different from most lasting materials that artists ordinarily work with.
Snow and ice, we just borrow it from the nature, and we form it and have it for a couple of months or so, and in the springtime the nature takes it back, or we leave it back. No, this nature takes it back, and next season we get it back again.
The judging for this very competitive international event is done by judges from all over the world. The task of declaring the winner in all three categories, whether abstract, realistic, or representational, is very complex and depends on many factors.
We have three categories here. We have the abstract, the representational, and the realistic. And each one is, the points are vary in each category. But basically you have the technical, the creativity that you're looking at. In the technical, personally, I'm looking at the way the pieces are constructed and carved, and degrees of difficulty. And then in the creative end, you start looking at the sculpture itself in terms of form and seeing if the artists have stayed within the theme, communicated what they wanted to, and that's a great portion of it, where you can start a piece and if it doesn't say what you want it to say, then it's not as successful. So the artistic here is important. I think the teams are all excellent. The degrees of difficulty are all different, but in the final analysis, what you have is the finished piece, and that's what you're judging. So at that point, I'm looking at if the piece itself is communicating on a universal level. Since you have, even the teams are from different countries, and people coming through here are, from different areas, so it has to communicate.
The World Championship competition is divided into single block and large sculpture events. This year, 33 teams competed in the 2.5-day single block event, with each team consisting of 1 to 2 members. They carve an ice block measuring approximately 5 feet high, 8 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and weighing approximately 7,000 pounds. This event is followed by 18 teams in the large sculpture competition. Each team consisting of up to 4 members, who are presented with the task of arranging and carving 12 blocks of ice, each 4 feet high, 4 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and weighing a total of approximately 20 tons. Some non-competitive carvers seize the opportunity to create their own magical expressions in ice. With no competing pressure and no formal training, some locals accept the challenge of ice carving in what the organizers call the Fairbanks Open, where everyone is invited to participate.
My piece was called, or is called, Magical Angles. My team member was my son Florian, and we decided to do it because where else in the world can you be together with wonderful people and carve ice? We called it Magical Angles because whatever came out of it, we could just fix up and patch up because we had no experience whatsoever. We wanted to fuse different lines to the big piece, which was impossible because the pieces were too heavy. and the weather this year was too warm, and one day, within half an hour, this piece got all white and cloudy because the sun hit it and it was very warm and almost raining.
Over 120 volunteers take care of the ice carver's needs, from moving massive ice blocks to providing coffee and hot cocoa to warm meals. These volunteers are indispensable. They prepare the site, harvest the ice, operate the heavy and light equipment, set up lights and scaffolding, haul water, pick up garbage, operate the concessions to sell tickets and memberships. Needless to say, these 120 people are very, very busy individuals whose dedication and hard work is remarkable. The number of visitors to this great family event increases each year. They roam this mystical winter gallery in awe and absorb the artistic and cultural expressions molded in ice.
The most exciting thing is watching it take shape. I used to come and see the finished product, and those are beautiful, but watching it actually emerge from these huge blocks of ice is incredible. The detail that the artists get out of it is amazing. They're some incredibly talented people. And what I can't believe is that in the end it all melts away. So it's definitely worth seeing. You just can't believe it until you see it. This year they're going higher than they ever have before. It's amazing.
After the judging, the ice park is lit in a wonderful display of colors.
What you see there is the first iteration of ours. That's 1/10 the height of the castle that we will build in 2001.
After 8 days, this seasonal, momentary phenomena of ice carving is concluded in the awards ceremony. Dozens of beautiful ice sculptures now grace the ice park and gives Fairbanks a magnificent outdoor gallery and a cultural event few places in the world can experience. From harvest to magical masterpiece, the massive blocks of ice are transformed into breathtaking sculptures.